As you set forth into this town, few things had remained open to you. Looking and wandering around the streets, you had figured out that people were smiling more than they should. Maybe you don't care for happiness, or maybe something else is afoot, as many of them did possess a golden iris eye. Examining things further, you could tell something was off about the city, and, well, you employed one of your connections to discover if anything is wrong here. Through discovering, and through some tampering, you did manage to figure out that a few people here were affected by a new, I was about to say church, but technically they're a cult that had wandered into the city. A few people have been taken over, and the former church that once stood here is no more. Only one vassal remains, and he is trying to find a way to save this city. But without any help, and without the help of a scoundrel, suffice to say, the town has maybe a week until it implodes upon itself, or something specific happens, as the agent known as Palmer had suggested, but didn't give details, and you didn't ask. You went to a few shops and discovered a few new things, but ultimately you came to the conclusion, you told Allie that you came to this conclusion, that sometimes you can't help everyone. She took this to heart and decided not to help the town. There's that. If you decide to help the town, though, well, that is entirely up to you. You can help, find out what exactly is going down, figure out what the heck a cult of Amadeus is doing here, or head on to the next city, which would be the City of Elves. The choice is yours to make.
Well, I don't really just want to leave it like this.
Yeah, I was
know you
fine
guys-
with leaving until the mention of pretty much everyone would die came up.
Which is a weird outlook, because aren't you afraid of danger? Isn't this just that it's even more dangerous you thought?
I live for danger, my friend. I just didn't want to have to deal with it, but knowing that mass amounts of people could die, that doesn't sit well with me just leaving behind.
What time of day is that?
It's roughly around noontime. Like 12 to maybe 2 p.m.
Well, the sun's still up. We can bring a little joy to these people before we go, I suppose.
Yeah, we can see what we can do in a day or two.
Allie, looking back, does state, I suppose we could, but didn't you want to leave?
I did tell them I would stop by the church when we came through, and it wouldn't be very respectful if I didn't follow through on my word.
I suppose that's fair. After all, you might not be able to come back here after the city catches fire.
Right? So it's in our best interest.
That's true enough. Does anyone know the way to it, though?
Do we not have any idea where the church should be?
Like, you can ask someone, it's perfectly fine. There's like a couple people around you. But there is like a couple of large buildings in the area, and one of them could be a church.
We'll ask around. I'm sure most people here would know.
Yeah. You quickly find someone with golden iris eyes, and they come over. Yes, can I help you?
Where would the church be located?
Oh, are you a follower of Oh, yes, of course. You must be. Have you come to be blessed?
No, we just want to learn a bit more about it for the time being.
Ah, right. You're just learning about it. That would.
Do you have any literature?
Oh, I don't, I'm afraid. I was simply blessed by them and simply living out my life. He then points out towards a large building in the horizon line. Not too far, but it's currently off screen. Over there, you'll find it.
Pardon, sir, but I This blessing you talk of, how has it changed your life in any way?
Oh, well, it's improved my actual. Well, I don't want to be rude. There are ladies present. Just Allie. It has increased my virility and many other of my bodily functions as well. He winks. It's enhanced my strength and give me sight beyond my own former sight.
And you mentally feel the same?
Oh, I've never felt better.
All right.
I don't know.
But do give my regards to the father once you arrive. I'm sure he'd be more than welcoming to you.
Sure.
Oh, how will we recognize him, sir?
Oh, it's around noontime, I believe, so he would be giving a sermon. You'd be the one on the podium.
Oh, well, I'm sure we won't mistake him for anybody else. It's just you all seem to look the same with those eyes.
Ah, right. That would make sense. Rather tall build, around 6'5". Non-golden irises, I'm afraid. Just red, burning eyes. Pitch white to golden locked hair. He's also accompanied by his bodyguard. You can't miss him.
Oh. Red burning eyes. That's a little ominous.
Oh, they only burn sometimes.
Well, I hope they don't light any fires. Which way did you say?
He points northward.
Oh, very well. That way, Allie.
She starts moving.
Wait for me!
Let's go.
You do eventually manage to catch up to her before she arrives, and altogether make it to the scene. Oops. Right there.
You guys think we should get a look around out here first?
With your past perceptions, you can tell that the building itself is 2 stories. One of the stories does indicate a sermon area, more than likely currently talking and praying, as you do hear mumbling inside the building. Not a lot of voices, but enough that you know that there are people inside. The second story does seem to indicate like residential home-like areas, rooms. Like if people live here, that's where that would be. There is technically a third story, but it's just the bell tower itself. To the right of the building, it does seem to be a graveyard site with what it seems to be a shed in the corner. There is a bench to the right of it, which people might come to mourn, pray, or just sit down and relax. To the right of the building does seem to indicate 2 more benches if you want to put up your feet. The area itself is guarded by a small fence area, more decoration than anything else. You can easily just step around it. Or over it if you're beyond 5 feet tall.
I'm not.
You can jump.
Until I can't.
That's fair. The doors are currently locked. Not locked, but closed. So it wouldn't... if you've ever been to a large cathedral, they do make noise if you open them. Unless they're very specifically made.
Alright, are there people around the door? Or would we knock or try to open it?
You can knock, try to open. There is someone in the graveyard doing something. It does seem to be mourning someone, placing flowers by their stone, and then simply standing there.
Alright. So, what do you guys want to do?
Well, I mean, I'm not quite sure how to go about this.
I feel like it probably might not even come to blows or anything, and we would just awkwardly walk back out if we go in there and he's like, no, everything's normal. I'm not a
Yeah.
cultist, what are you talking about?
I don't think mentioning the word cult is a good idea, though.
You guys, figure it out. I'm just gonna go say a prayer over here. I'm just feeling kind of down, and talking to the big man, and, makes me feel better. So Cord just wants to take 10 minutes and cast a ritual spell.
All right.
Comprehend languages.
After 10 minutes, plus 1 minute, you are able to comprehend any supposed language, except for maybe cipher languages like thieves can't, druids speak, but every other one you should be fine. Deep speech, I guess, also.
So you guys figure what we're doing yet?
No, you're all watching you. Patient.
Yeah.
I guess we can go in and get a feel out for the leader.
Probably the best idea.
I think,
At this point, the only idea.
maybe
Yeah.
that man in the graveyard might know something. Perhaps the
Maybe.
person is mourning passed away recently and maybe even is due to the cult.
That actually might be a good idea. We could ask. I don't want to be too upfront. They apparently are in grief.
I like talking to people. I don't think they would mind, if
Okay.
we showed an interest in their mourning. Out of respect, of course.
Yes.
And maybe we'll bring them a little joy.
Possibly. Especially if this is related and we can solve the problem.
Let's go find out, shall we?
Alright, let's go. Do we wanna all approach, or two of us, or?
Surround him.
Yeah.
No funny moves, big guy.
Is it a man?
Yes, it is, man.
Are they truly, in sorrow, or are they keeping a watch on?
They're on both knees, flowers in front of them, eyes currently closed, just praying in front of their. You don't know if it's a child, a beloved, man, woman. In the graveyard, it just says Elizabeth. Elizabeth.
Over to this bench over here and just sit down and observe what happens.
Fair enough.
I'll, Ooh, sorry.
And I'm gonna just... Yeah.
You see a person in mourning, the people you came with, the building to your right, the building to the northwest, a couple of trees, a pebble on the ground.
Oh, shiny.
So thematic. Okay, well, I'll approach them and...
I'll follow behind Core.
All right. They do hear footsteps behind them, so not in a quick succession actions, but he does open his eyes slowly. Maybe he believes that you're someone to mourn the person next to them. but then they turn around to perhaps offer you a gesture or to move to the side. Is puzzled. As you look at them, you can tell they do not possess golden iris eyes. So whatever is happening to the town has yet to happen to him. But looking up, he does state, "Oh, I'm sorry. If you like, I can move."
No, we just came to pay our respects. Sorry for your loss.
He does seem
Were they
somber.
dear to you?
Yes and no. She was my betrothed, but unfortunately, a little scrimmage outside of town before she managed to get here ended her life. So when she arrived, she wasn't here anymore. You can tell he's already getting teary-eyed.
Oh, that's horrible.
I'm sorry.
It's alright. You had nothing to do with it. It's just this feeling's not going away. I did hear that the father might be able to do something about that. So before speaking with him, I thought I'd give my respects.
Oh, what do you mean he would do something about that?
I've heard rumors that once you leave his offices, or speaking with him, you lose your sadness, your sorrow, and you can go on with your life, continuing to process things.
Oh my goodness. Well, that sounds really disheartening that you are so gonna give up on your betrothed. Wouldn't you want to go through that mourning and that grief and really honor them by overcoming it and living your life for yourself?
I do. But I do run a blacksmith's shop in town. And more people have been pressuring me to move forwards. I can't stay where I am now, and I can't take my time. And if this helps even a little, I'm more than willing to hear things out.
I'm just gonna give like a drill, like a little elbow and a side glance.
I'm sorry, but my headset hasn't been working like the last 30 seconds. I heard I give Idril, and that's about it.
Okay, basically Core tried to pep talk him to make sure, like, do you really want to do this? Like, talk with the father to get rid of your sadness? Don't you want to process this? The man said yes, but he's been getting pressured around his own job and people around him to essentially
It's been
get over
getting
it.
pressured around what? You cut out again.
Oh. Basically, he's been getting pressured around him, around his work and the people he might be near, to speak with him. The father specifically. Basically just getting pressured because he runs a blacksmith shop in town, and he can't exactly stay like this forever.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Who's told you that the father can help you in this way?
A few of my employees and, a few neighbors here and there.
How long has the father been here in town?
In town, roughly about, give or take a couple weeks, but he's been the father of this church for about 2 of them after the migration of the former house.
Could you enlighten us as to what happened there? Do you know anything?
Sure. One day they came to town and began to preach the word of Amadeus. From what we understand him, he is from the central abyss, somewhere far below where one god would be, or true god would be. So many people were objecting to this, but the father spoke with the former, and some situation ensued. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but the day following, a mass migration of preachers and fathers left the site and left the city. I didn't exactly see everyone leave, but I did know that a lot of people left. We came to an uproar in town, but I was working, so I couldn't exactly do anything myself. But slowly, after a few days, the uproar became slower and not as loud. And then a few people began to speak with... he would give you the father's name, so I can just stop saying father and give you the actual name. Father Donovan spoke with a few people, and he was able to guide them, or at least that's how it seemed. And then more people began to hear his words, and, well, the uproar eventually stopped. Some people are still wary, some people are still not okay with this, but less people now. And, well, if he's doing good, some people are willing to give him a chance.
Wait, was it one of those skirmishes that your betrothed was taken in?
I'm not sure, if I'm going to be honest. I know that sometimes when some caravans came into town, the people checked to see if they were part of the church, part of the new church, and sometimes attacks or actions were done, and people did lose their lives. But when I was working, I did hear that things happened in the road when she was coming by. I don't know if she was attacked by them, but I also don't know if she was attacked by another. Suppose it's possible.
This exodus of priests and clergymen, do you know where they might have went?
From what I understand of it, they went to the south, probably the next town over, if I had to imagine.
Okay. Thank you.
I mean, there is a larger church of Pelor there, so I'm sure it'd be welcomed.
Core, now do you have any more questions?
Am I familiar with Pelor?
Yeah.
Pelor.
You do know that they're the sun god, the son of light, and basically, if you're a cleric, he's usually the main person you go to. You can follow a lot of other ones, but he's like the main one you hear about.
Very common. Okay. And I want to ask him, what deity are they worshipping here now?
He does look towards you, and in a not really whispered tongue, but in a almost somber-like tone, so he doesn't pick up his voice. Amadeus.
No. It's not true.
He shakes his head, yes.
And what would I know about Amadeus?
Amadeus is basically the ruler of hell. He controls various demons, devils, lords. Basically, he is a very, very big bad. No one knows if that's truly his name, but people generally don't try to figure that out, because the further they dive deep, either their soul gets stained in darkness, or they die. But he is, in essence, from what you know, you don't know specifics, but you do know he is a very bad being.
Do we know anything about his worshippers, or just worship of other like evil-looking gods? How that usually goes?
The worshippers generally sometimes worship other beings that are beneath him, like the other rulers of hell itself, the 9 layers of the abyss. Well, the general layers of the abyss that people consider. They're usually referred to as demon lords. But so this church would essentially follow Amadeus, but they could be worshipping a demon lord, like one step down, or a couple steps down. But it would all be for him specifically.
All right.
But the cultists themselves generally act on the will of the head honcho or the will of the demon lord that they currently follow. That could involve a few things, or it can involve nothing whatsoever, and you'd never catch on. Sometimes they just say it out loud and no one listens to them because they're basically cultists. So think anyone you've ever seen on the street shouting at you, and you just turn the other way. And sometimes they have a very large scheme of machinations in the woodwork that you don't notice until the very end, and, well, things happen. The only other thing that you would notice publicly is that sometimes Amadeus is connected to the 6-headed dragon god deity known as Tiamat. And her worshippers are the cult of the dragon.
Wow.
Okay. I'm actually writing stuff down.
Sir, I think you should leave this place and follow the priests.
I also think that's a good idea.
Roll persuasion. You're basically essentially telling him to forgo his business, forgo anyone else he knows in town, to listen to strangers.
Yeah, and I want to flash him the holy symbol on my shield and tell him I will do my best to bless the ground his loved one lies in, but it's just not safe here.
Okay.
Is that the 17 or the 20?
You always, unless I tell you you have advantage or disadvantage, you always follow the first number.
Okay, left one.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you don't have any
17.
bonus though, huh?
Both of them are great rolls. But looking at you, he does state, I don't know who you are, but I suppose I can take a few days off. Maybe find a friend in the other town for a bit, but eventually I will have to return.
Just a vacation. Lock up your shop and a couple of weeks. I'm sure you'll be happy you made the right decision.
Maybe you're right. Maybe getting away from the situation is far better mentally than, I suppose, whatever the father can do. Give myself time to think. He then does one last prayer at the tombstone and then begins to walk out.
Let's burn this place down, guys.
Well, there are still reasonable people in this town like him. Are we going to confront the father ourselves, or are we going to try and rile up some more townsfolk and tell them that, the short-term benefit of following an evil god is probably not worth their long-term aims usually? Like,
Or their souls.
Asmodeus probably isn't trying to help anybody,
Uh-huh.
right?
Well, he's definitely not the god of joy.
I didn't think these people knew that it was Asmodeus they were following, but they know. Maybe there's room still to reason.
But they must be so so depressed and just trapped. You know, it must be their last choice for some reason. I
Their
think that's-
opposition vanished mysteriously.
Well, no, all the priests ran away, he said.
He also specified that some of them he did not see leave the town. That could just mean he didn't see them, or that could implicate something else. Like, you really don't know.
Well, if the previous guard couldn't take care of them, I don't know how well we'll do. But I don't want to go in there and get, like, brainwashed or something.
I mean, if we go in there and they try to force anything upon us, we can fight our way out.
No,
Someone
that's
tries
not
to get me to do
accepting
something I don't want to do, I'll shoot him.
it.
A good philosophy.
Allie, did you get any oil while you were in the store?
2 bottles.
Well, maybe if we sound the alarm, you could set a couple fires for us. Just wait out here. Sounds like this might be dangerous.
I suppose that's possible. I mean, if you want, I can wait out here, and that way, if you get taken over, I can set the church on fire, and that way you won't help anyone in town.
Yeah, precisely. And if, we come running out the front door screaming, just throw one on the front step there.
Go ahead and roll insight. Yeah, even with an 8, you would get this. Being specific with Allie, you just want to be careful.
So she might do it anyway? Or...
No, she
No.
takes things to the exact T.
If there's no
If you
screaming,
hear
no
us
trouble.
inside yelling, burn it down, burn it down.
That's the only time you burn it down.
All right. All right, you already caught on to it. Basically, the way you phrase that, as soon as you come out running, she wouldn't have set it on fire, which means you would have been in the line of fire.
Well, I admire her precision at following instructions.
It's kind of why she's an engineer rather than the magician.
Engineers, man. Always take everything to the T.
They kind of have to, or things explode.
Yeah.
Or break.
Alright, here's another proposition. We go in there, and then we act kindly, and then we suddenly attack the father, and we kill him quickly.
Isn't that technically murder?
Yes.
Yes.
That's true. But we're not
No,
trying
I
to
And the
help them.
guard. And the clergy.
I think we need to figure out exactly
Let's
what
assess
we're dealing
numbers
with
as we go in
we-
before we attack.
Let's
and
the
assess
situation.
situation, mainly.
I mean, you can
I
always
don't
ask
know
questions.
if Orwell can do this. Maybe Orwell should wait outside.
Or maybe we should wait with Allie. Your
If you
track
want me
history
to.
of just not randomly bashing things in the face
Just-
isn't too well.
Orwell, don't hit first. Got it?
Have I ever been wrong? And I scratch my back with the arm of the
Yes.
leader of the forest.
Yes.
I admire
I don't
you,
think so.
Orwell.
He's
you
been
aren't
wrong.
there.
Here, just give me a boost up to one of these windows. I want to see what's going on in there.
I lift him through the window.
Up to the window. To the window.
I mean, if someone boosts you, you can see inside. It doesn't seem like anyone is, though.
Yeah.
lift me up, Orwell.
I lift him up.
Okay.
Keep together.
want a
Based on
perception?
that window, no. I mean, if you want to hide you sneaking and snooping, you can go ahead and roll stealth, but you can literally see through a window. It's not that hard to do.
I have a little tiny head, so I want to do it sneakily. But I guess it's pretty big.
Ah, A lot of innocent people in there.
Currently you do hear someone like off screen, so you, I guess you could technically see a little bit more. Probably around here, I guess. I think my math is wrong, but whatever.
Donovan, I know that beard.
You do hear people currently speaking about not in harsh tongues, but in strict mannerisms, indicating a verbose personality. You can't exactly hear words. All you really hear are muffled sounds like so the glass itself is quite thick. But you do hear that the people inside are like 5 of them. You can see like 6 total, but 5 of them do seem to have golden iris eyes. 1 does not, but they're all still part of the city, as far as you're aware of. Donovan himself is likely at the podium, is like the person you kind of can see, but kind of can't. But they are currently, from what you can tell, they are more or less wrapping up. So if you wait a little bit,
Just
they
like the
should be
guy
done.
said. He's the one on the podium.
Well, I'd assume so.
Yeah.
Let's go around the side. Maybe if we knock, he'll come and meet us.
We just open the door and go in.
They scare me.
I mean, you never checked. It could just be open.
Why don't we just go in?
might
Maybe
not
we could
want
go
to
in by
interrupt.
night, and there won't be as many innocent people in there.
Alright, you first.
I'll wait out here.
My only
Thanks,
thought
Allie.
process is if we're peeking through windows, that could be suspicious. We're just trying to casually gather information and figure this out. Not draw any suspicion upon ourselves.
Alright, lead the way. Allie, don't go anywhere until we get back.
Okay.
Alright. And are we taking Orwell with us? Don't hit anyone unless I shoot them, okay, Orwell?
Well, are we gonna wait till the sermon's done or no?
I'd like to hear a little bit of what he's saying, to get a read on him,
Okay.
see what this is all about. And I'll open the door.
Okay.
Ah.
It seems like you're alone on this, so good luck.
I kicked
Which
the
door
doors
are
open.
you opening? Where are you at?
Front door.
Here. Front door.
Like. Alright, okay.
I'm kind of like just behind you, maybe hiding behind your leg.
Don't come back out with any golden irises.
I'm gonna cast guidance on you as you go in the door there.
Orwell, you can see through the window. It's not that hard to do. It's just you're taller than other people.
Usually walk to the back corner, lean against the wall, and just listen.
Okay.
With his hand on his gun.
Oh, and I guess you're inside, so I can just show you the rest of the area. Well, at least the area without any more doors. As you step inside, you can tell that the people that are here for the sermon continue to listen on. You can tell that they're wrapping up, but Donovan then states, when he looks at you, he nods, gestures more or less to any of the seats that are available. Or you can sit next to anyone you want, but then he continues without missing a beat with his sermon. And so, remember what we have spoken about today. Keep in heart, keep in mind, keep in body, and keep in strength. Happiness is something that is hard to find, but it's not something you haven't worked for. Keep this in mind as we move forwards. And then in turn, the rest of the congregation then states, and in turn, we follow. Donovan clasps both hands together, bows, and the rest of the congregation bows in turn. Except for like the one closest to Colt, you can tell that they're a little more or less new here. They're the ones that does not possess a golden iris eye. It's possible that this is the first time they're coming to a sermon. But as things, the bow ends, they all come back up. The woman that is at the end corner quickly bows and does the exact same mannerisms, and Donovan states, "All right then, please make sure you get home safely and do take care of yourselves. If you like, you can join us once again tomorrow in the evening." And you see people stepping out. You do see one of the people speak with a woman and states, "So, did you enjoy that? I guess, but it was a little weird. Oh, I'm sure you'll get used to it. Same time tomorrow then. I guess, but I don't know, maybe this isn't for me. No, I mean, you can. I'm not going to pressure you, but if you need anyone to speak with, or if you want me to speak with you, you know where I'll be tomorrow. Thanks. Oh, anytime, dear." And they slowly make gestures towards you to indicate good evening, have a good day, and they all file out. As they file out, they also wave towards anyone that is near them. So Orwell and Allie, you can see them. They wave towards you. They
Wave
politely smile and head on the way.
Oh wait, a quick question for any of you. This church is of Asmodeus, if I heard correctly.
Correctly?
You hear one of the men. Yes, it is.
Is he a god that would offer happiness and joy and help people live their lives?
Yes, in fact,
Because-
he is one of the gods that does this. He makes sure that he provides for us in our own lives, making sure that we have the strength to hold the desires that we seek.
Well, that just seems a little contrary to any understanding that I've had of him. To mention the changes that he's made to all of you in your irises and your better health, do you all find it entirely trustworthy? You know, Asmodeus being from the hells and all.
In unison, they all state this. Gonna change my voice for a second. Don't let it bother you. I just feel like it's more dramatic.
Oh, some hive mind shit. Here we go.
Okay. In unison, as you mentioned that, everyone except for the one that does not have golden irises does state, "We all understand, and we all are happy."
Oh! I see. Well, thank you.
In unison, but I'm not going to do it again. They bow and then state, "Have a lovely day." The one that without golden irises bows, "Have good, bye," and then leaves. And now you're alone. More or less, unless someone's hiding in the shadows, ready to assassinate you. But that's just Colt.
I
But
smell
that's
me.
dissension.
Are you gonna run in now, Orwell, and punch people?
But as you talk with his congregation, Donovan steps down, looks towards his... You know it's his bodyguard. You've been given information. Thank you, Adam. That'll be all for today. Feel free to stick around, of course. He
What's a
nods,
bodyguard
but doesn't move
like?
anywhere.
Does bodyguard have these glowing eyes too?
Oh, his are actually burning blue. Like, with the essence of magic. His are beyond the whole golden color.
He is a magical being.
He's gone, as they
Being
call it.
or possess?
in the
By his
clerical
figures,
society.
his eyes, his
Full
hair,
retard.
and his features does indicate Asimar. He doesn't have a glowing halo, but the attributes he possesses are far beyond what the city folk have.
A more advanced kerfuckery,
It's possible, or
for
he's
lack
an
of better
Asimar.
terms.
Or he's an Asimar.
But Donovan does step forwards. His bodyguards just keeps an eye on the rest of you, and then states, "Oh, you must be new here. The name's Father Donovan. You can just call me Donovan, of course. Is there something I can help you with?"
Just heard strange things about this new church that's now under the worship of Asmodeus, if I've heard correctly, that is.
Oh, you've heard correctly indeed. Although the strange things is a new one. When Orwell steps in, he lightly bows but continues the conversation. Osmodeus can sometimes be misinterpreted. After all, he does desire to make sure that you gain everything that you desire.
Have I misinterpreted that? These people have lost their minds somewhat. To respond in unison, they seem not entirely themselves, but all the same. Not really themselves anymore.
Well, often people in true bliss and happiness kind of respond the same way, I've found. After all, I'm sure you've all encountered happiness in your own lives and smiled at one point or another. Is that so strange? When more than one person smiles, when more than one person is happy.
When it borders on the terms of mind control, yes.
What's in this little case over here?
Vials of incense.
Oh,
Smelly potion bottles.
I'm gonna try and hide in the lobby.
I mean, he's already seen you. If you try to hide, you can tell that he's not, like, peering around the corner to look at you. But if you want to roll stealth, go for it.
I just want to get behind the small wall there.
Yeah, with your frame, you can get behind it.
Yeah, just for cover. I don't need stealth.
Donovan then looks at the two remaining people in his part of the building, except for Adam. So then, other than the quantifying state that you believe that they're in, is there anything else I can help you with? I do have some pamphlets if you decide to join us. I can provide you a transitional coach that might be able to help you better understand our own philosophy.
Pamphlets? Yeah, I'll take some pamphlets.
I like how you broke
Pops out of
stealth
nowhere.
immediately. He hands you a pamphlet.
Thanks. I appreciate literature.
The pamphlet is of an angelic being with wings jettisoning out from their back with a blade pointed at skywards. It's basically an angel floating up to the sky, and in writing, in very fanciful calligraphy, it says Amadeus underneath the angel and you.
Oh my god!
I gotta go.
I've been through this before. Holy shit!
Oh, it's like I'm back in Sunday school again.
Oh.
I must say I don't appreciate the mind control, but your pamphlet's very nice.
Have you ever considered that your conception of Amadeus might be incorrect?
Oh, I'm sure many
It's
people
like-
have their own interpretations of a being greater than their own. After all, many people believe that the former god that once stood here was a giant boar. Others believed him a dwarf.
Okay. And in terms of the after effects, worshipping Asmodeus, what does that get you in the afterlife?
It grants you your greatest desires in this life and the next. So long as you continue to worship and praise his name, you will continue to expand
When-
your own horizons.
And how do you know this to be true?
Oh, well, I've seen it for myself.
You've ascended to the afterlife.
Oh, yes, a few times, I'm afraid. Following his teachings does sometimes, well, some people don't like to listen, and, well, when people don't listen, they generally get violent, I'm afraid. He laughs, as if that's something to laugh about.
He doesn't look undead, does he?
No, in fact, he looks kind of flawless. Like, if there were models in this world, which there
This
might be.
is a demon.
Well,
It's
there's still
really
something
unsettling
I want
that one of the main demon lords is being worshipped in the city of Celeste, the Celestials. That doesn't seem like it should be, now does it?
Hmm. I suppose that's one way of interpreting things. You could read the pamphlet and get more information about Osmondeus if you'd like. I can schedule for you for an appointment later tonight, and we can have a one-on-one conversation. Or invite your team. Friends, allies, whatever you prefer to call them.
What is the process by which people's irises are turning golden?
Oh, a blessing.
From you?
Why, of course.
Alright. And what causes their irises to turn red?
Are your eyes red though, Orwell?
Let me read my character sheet.
Good job, Adrian.
You're doing great, kid.
No, they're orange.
Oh, I was just looking at your token. It looks like
Well-
you have little red eyes.
In terms of artistic representation, you see.
Do I believe what this guy's telling us, that Asmodeus in this term in this church is not bad and these people aren't being mind controlled?
Have you
I
read the
don't
pamphlet?
believe it without rolling an insight check.
You can roll an insight check.
That's what I'm asking for.
Yeah, the things you've heard about Osmodeus, I'll just basically give you the notes I have in my own thing. Is a very intelligent, high-spectrum deity devil. He was a patron of the obsession and power, the greatest devil of the Lord of Nine Hells has to offer. This, 23. With the way he's phrasing it, he's not lying to you, but he's clearly skewing things to make it sound better. Obviously, with devils, they make contracts, deals, pacts, and they follow things to the word, but they're able to twist it to their own desire. So they will make you, and they will make you happy if that's what you desire and that's what you ask for, but they'll skew it. If you ask for, like, your betrothed, your loved one, someone's hand in marriage, they'll do it, but it's not always what you want. You also can tell that there's some information he's adding, but it doesn't seem wrong. It doesn't seem like he's lying. It just seems like this is more information that you're aware of.
Would I know whether the changes that were made to the townspeople are, like, permanent, or whether they would go back if either this guy died, or would they have to be, like,
Or
dispelled
would
from
any of us know
Asmodeus?
that?
Anyone here can roll Arcana. If you don't
Hey,
want to roll
I'm a
Arcana,
wizard.
you can roll a History.
I can take history.
Okay, I'll do Arcana.
"17 history for me."
That's fair. Da, da, da. I'm assuming Core isn't going to roll.
Or did.
Uh,
I rolled a 10 in history.
Orwell didn't.
I need to check
Oh.
whether. Okay,
Oh, you have your name as 10. That's my bad.
okay, so it's
I just
10.
switched it in the chat.
I couldn't remember whether I had proficiency or advantage. I have advantage.
Cool.
Cat. No.
So, with the information you currently have, I'll just give you some of it, since you guys got a pretty good array of information. If they made the strict commanded pact with the specific not demon lord, devil, if they break it, their soul is basically forfeited. If they made a skewed pact with someone else that made a pact with the devil, it's possible that that contract would be null and void once that pact holder is dead, so long as the contract has yet to be fulfilled.
Murder. Murder.
So
Okay,
let
but I
me
still
ask
want to
you.
ask him two things.
Go on. Yeah, that's what I'm getting to.
Did he ever respond to what I asked about the red eyes? Like, what makes that change? What does it do?
Like his red eyes, or
You know, when the people with golden irises, when their eyes turn red.
oh, you're talking about the
What's that
tiefling in the bar. Yeah. Donovan.
I'm also talking about the people from the tavern listening to eerie music from the performer.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Donovan looks at you surprised. Like you caught him completely off guard, like he has no idea what you're talking about. And then he states this. That's... Do you mind telling me where you saw this?
Well, I've just heard from somebody outside that your eyes turn red for one, but in the tavern I'm referring. The people there. Those listening closely to the music of the performer, the quote from the other patron that sometimes her music turns eerie, and my own observation that when she does, those paying close attention, their eyes turn red.
Thank you kindly for this information, but this is the first time I'm hearing of it. Although, in my case, I am a follower of Asmodeus myself. I am not, I'm not going to lie about that. But mine's a little special. I am more, advanced than most people. The longer and the stronger you worship, the more blessings you'll receive.
Huh. Can I insight whether I think that he really believes that it's all good? That, like, worshipping Asmodeus, like, in his case, that he wouldn't quite feel that it would have, like, a long-term ramification that suddenly, like, oh fuck, none of this was worth it?
Yeah, go for it. You can tell, like, with near perfect accuracy, to give you a comparison, he's basically being a car salesman.
Yeah, he's selling the religion to other people.
Okay, so he's full of hot air. I got it.
Yeah. This man is not a regular man, sir.
He has nice pamphlets.
He really does. But besides that,
Can we get a handout of the pamphlet?
you can tell that he doesn't completely truly believe what he's spouting. You can tell, though, that he has at one point believed it, but no longer.
Oh. So he's trying to drag people down with him.
Probably. Or trying to find a way to get out himself, involving sacrifices of said town. Because if there's one thing devils like, is not one soul, but many.
What are you gonna do, Colt?
You can also tell, you rolled pretty well, that was exactly the first time he ever heard that a bard in town I don't think you gave a name, so he can he doesn't know specifically what bar, is the first time he's hearing that someone's eyes change color. It could have been a coincidence that they also changed red, and that was the woman's natural eye color. Or maybe
Yeah.
the bard is doing something else.
Okay. Well, guys, I think this guy is gone. He's dragging people down with him.
Do you just say that out loud?
Yup. I think his cult is just trying to drag everyone down. This is a sham.
We all have our own beliefs. I am not going to force you into mine.
But it doesn't seem like you believe your beliefs fully.
Oh, I'm sure some people have doubts. Sometimes it can be a struggle to fully believe or to fully interact with your own systems of beliefs. Sometimes we all can't be 100%. Other times we have good days, other times we have bad ones.
I have one last question. When your clergy arrived in this town, I heard that there was an opposition from, people with doubts, former clergy of this place, and that they were suddenly no longer here. Some think they left, some people just don't know what happened to them. What do you think happened?
Oh, while we got into town, we spoke for a bit, chatted really, and I convinced them. They saw the errors through their way and packed their things. I told them they could stay in town if they'd like, but they simply voted to go into the next town soon after. They have a larger building there. It's possible that they're currently being housed.
Okay, can I insight that one?
Sure.
Oh,
He doesn't seem to be lying.
yeah.
And what about these stories that I've heard about people just going missing if they try to investigate what's going on here?
Oh, I'm sure some people get lost here and there. Whenever someone truly tries to dive into religion, sometimes it can get a little lost. It's how should I explain this? Sometimes when you dive too deep into answers, you wind up getting further lost than you are in normally. You then question your reality and then simply leave the old life you had behind.
Like a vision quest.
Something like this, yes. Also, you don't need to roll insight for that. You can clearly tell he's kind of skewing around the question.
Yeah, he doesn't want to answer it at all.
Why don't you just give me a straight answer, friend?
I feel like we've accused him of a lot of things, and he's like, how much can I keep lying about this?
Yeah.
Well, I've been looking through these pamphlets, and I think I wouldn't mind talking to you a little bit longer. Would you like to go for a walk with us in the fresh air?
Oh,
Well,
I'm
it's still
afraid I
nice
have to
out.
clean up after our sermon. But perhaps in an hour or so?
Oh, I suppose. We just meet us downtown or something?
Oh, that'd be more than lovely.
Question, DM.
Yes, what's up?
Oh no.
Are we all alone in here, or is, like,
There's a
aside
bodyguard
from
and
his
the
one
door's open.
bodyguard, is there anybody else here?
Oh no.
To be specific,
And-
there is Donovan, Adam, two other sections of building you have yet to investigate. A statue at the very end of the hallway. You can tell that this isn't Osmondius the devil. It is likely someone that highly, worshipped him and now is being paid homage, or maybe it's one of the devils that works underneath him.
Is this another level here with these staircases?
Yes, I mentioned beforehand there's a separate second floor that houses rooms.
Like a
Alright.
residence.
Yeah, I think I have the map set up. Oops, wrong tool.
Well, I don't know what you guys want, so I'm not gonna shoehorn us into confrontation.
Oh, I
Well-
thought you were about to just whack him, and I was like, here we go.
Yeah.
I mean, there could be a
thought it was
lot of
just gonna
people in
happen.
here, and we might not make it out of the town.
That's true.
Adrian
Well-
thinking ahead.
I think Allie's waiting outside for us anyway. And I wink at Orwell.
Man, if I didn't see people in the back, I would be really torn. I'd think like, oh, this guy and one other guy.
Do what your heart says to do, Adrian.
Like, this is the second floor, by the way.
Gotcha.
Okay.
It's quite literally like a conference room and then up the bell tower.
My heart says that if you guys actually just want to leave this, then I'm not gonna force it. But if you guys look like you're indecisive, that I would probably go for the opening.
Pretty sure Core just gave you the go-ahead. Was I wrong, Tin?
Well, no, I was trying to remind Orwell that Allie was
Okay.
outside and that we had a different plan. I told her not to go anywhere, damn it!
She's staying within the residence.
I was just thinking about burning it down again, and I was trying to remind Orwell of that by giving him a wink. But if he interprets it differently, that's totally
Well,
his
it's a-
prerogative.
It's a tense moment.
No.
like- You know, I don't know how much does Orwell know because he went to school. Like, I don't have counterspell. This guy might just dimension door out.
I don't
honestly,
think he'd run away.
Don't think it's like the most reliable option to just assume that I can kill him.
Look at his friend. Look at these pamphlets. He means business.
Whatever.
Orwell.
Orwell's done enough thinking. He's just gonna look for your guys' decision, but he looks ready.
Idril, what you think?
I don't think we can take this out of character. I'm not starting anything.
I think we need more information
I
Yeah.
think,
before
we have all the
anything.
information, just not about their strength.
Let's leave, why don't we?
Yeah.
Maybe go find that one wizard fellow.
Maybe.
Alright,
Okay.
I'm leaving. I'm
Yeah.
gone.
You
Yeah.
guys.
I'm getting creepy vibes from
Okay.
this.
Yeah, I'm out.
As people begin to
Bye.
leave, he does.
See you downtown.
Indeed. He closes his eyes. The person that leaves last, I'm just going to assume based on how things are currently patterned, the person that's currently closest to him, which is the last person to leave, or Colt,
It
either
was
way.
me.
When
'Cause
he
I
closes,
was here.
okay. Then Idro and Colt, whichever one. It really doesn't matter, because you'd likely tell your companions. He closes his eyes, and before he closes his eyes, you do see his eyes turn bright red with a flaming look. You can tell that he closed them before that happened, or at least before the entire group saw it. So he's not trying to intimidate you, but you can tell that something within that conversation caused an emotional stance. And he's waving you off.
Okay.
He wants your soul.
After we get
yeah.
a good distance away, I don't think that thing is entirely human at all.
I don't think so either.
I believe it might be a devil.
I'm not going too far before I say to Allie, I think we should burn it down.
I
No.
think he was something
She
normal.
already has some oil in her hands and begins to dump it out next to the wall. After
I
a
think
few
she was
seconds, she gets her
normal.
fire starter and sets it ablaze.
Run, run away.
Nobody stopped
I
her.
literally said
What?
no as Core said that though.
Who told her
Did
to
that
do
not come through?
I heard no, but she would listen. No, roll. I'll give you a chance. Go ahead and roll persuasion.
This one.
Oh no!
All right, we're doing this.
Uh,
Bar the doors.
No,
Bar the
probably
doors.
not.
No way. I have guidance still.
We're
I-
running away.
It'll take time. You can quite literally
Put it out.
put it out, but she started it.
Okay, I'm gonna just put it out.
You kick some dirt on it. Thankfully enough, this was an alchemist fire, so that's enough to do it. There is now a patch of dirt in the area, and a lot of the ground has been dug up, but no fire. Then Orwell and Idril come out.
I
Oh,
give
no.
a snort when I walk out.
You can smell some smoke.
Allie,
Yes?
did you try to set it on fire?
I was informed to do so.
Core told her to do so.
I said I thought we should. You know,
Oh no.
We can go back in if you guys want to do this.
No, I think we need to figure some more things out real quick. Like, what
don't-
exactly is that man?
There is a shed in
I-
the back we could probably accommodate.
Yeah. Let's go
Yeah.
I
check
don't-
out that shed.
I don't think there's an easy way to take care of them.
Yeah, let's check out the shed. See if there's anything fishy in the shed.
Were
Like
you in
dead
the shed
bodies.
already, Allie?
Pardon?
Were you in the shed?
No, I observed the area and surroundings, but I never left the premises. I did find a
Break
few
into the
benches we
shed.
could also use.
For fire.
Does
Core,
someone
see
check
if
the
this
door?
door's unlocked. This is your skill set, Core. Handle the
Oh.
door.
It's locked?
Do you try it?
Is it dangerous? Does it look like
I don't
it's-
know. That's
Do you
why I'm
check?
asking you.
Yeah. I'm
Roll
gonna
investigation.
check. I trust nothing in this church.
No. It is locked though. Like more locked than a shed should be, if that makes sense. If this place was like
Absolute
all
best.
open, welcoming everyone, why would they have a locked shed?
Certainly not for their lawn tools. I'm gonna pick the lock.
Roll sleight of hand or thieves' tools.
Thieves' tools.
Oh.
You begin to pick the lock. You hear a weird clicking mechanism in the lock. It tries to move back as like it's trying to force the last tumbler to not fall. But you're quick on your feet and you stick it in. Twist, causing a lock sensation to keep the strange mechanism from going backwards. And it does open. Well, it unlocks. Do you open the door?
No. I just step to the side and make a gesture to Colt or Idril. Whoever next to me.
I
Do
guess
you
I'll
go-
go in.
Yeah, I'll follow right in behind Idril. Just hand on my gun.
Can everybody see in the dark or no?
No.
Dancing lights.
I am human.
Ow, turn
I
up.
go inside. Poof, I'm gone. Oh! There's downstairs.
You also see two demons just staring at you. They're statues, but you know,
Oh.
super demonic like.
When you said that, I was like looking down at my notes and I looked up so quickly.
Demons Nandi?
Okay.
That's probably how your character would react to.
Yeah. Like looking at this. Oh shit. Uh. Guys, y'all might want to see this.
I'm
Ali,
not going down there.
stand guard. If you see the father come out or his bodyguard, let us know so we can not be in here.
We shut the door behind us too.
I think we should all come in and close the door and pretend nobody's in here.
That's probably a good idea.
It's probably a good idea too.
What if they
Take a
lock us
look at
in? What if-
I
Then
mean,
you'll
or the lookout
unlock
can
it.
hide themselves.
Alright, you said everyone goes in. Does someone shut the door?
Yeah, I'll shut the door behind us.
Alright, you shut the door, and Colt, you hear a
Automatic lock. That's good. Makes it so doesn't seem like it was unlocked.
you look at the door and there's no door handle.
That makes more sense too. Yeah.
I told you.
All right, let's go down.
Down the creepy stairs we go that are in the shed. This always ends well.
This is what I want. I want something to attack me so I don't have to make the decision.
I'm gonna cast light, even though I can see in the dark.
Cool.
I cast the dancing lights already.
Idril has his dancing lights
I'm
going.
just really scared. So
As
I
you
want
head
it.
down step by step by step by step, you can tell that
I'm
it's
gonna activate the frost rune, which lasts for 10 minutes. It just increases my strength score by 2.
cool. I'm gonna say you activate it, but you hold off until you see the bottom floor.
Okay.
Because it takes more than 2 minutes. If I'm gonna be honest, to get all the way down.
Okay.
You get further down, deeper, and it takes a lot longer than you had anticipated. You know, a storage shed with stairs going down into the earth than you would expect. About around 10 minutes later, you do see the floor, and that's when you activate it. And you then move yourselves forwards. You can tell that other than your own spectrum of light, whatever your dancing lights colors currently are, there is a burning red light inside the next room.
Oh. Oh no. It's spinning. I don't like that.
The cyber core.
Is that blood? That looks like blood, guys.
Do you examine it?
It
I
does
can't-
look like blood.
I can't tell from here. I just choose to believe it's blood.
It looks like heavily stained area in a strange pool cylinder.
What
With this thing.
does Portal look like?
It looks like a strange circle encompassing another circle. The circle underneath does seem to represent a magical spell like sigil that's currently activated, and the portal on top does indicate that that is likely the process that the circle underneath is keeping open. Or at least is helping that along to keep it open. The pool underneath, though both circles, as the both spinning objects are on top of it, about 5 feet above the surface of the, let's call it a lake. The lake itself is red, brimming bright with the light of the spinning objects. You can tell that it is red instead of just the color of the portal. The closer you get, you can indicate, yeah, that's blood on the ground.
It's like a blood.
I think this might have just got decided for us.
Like
This
a
wasn't
blood
the sex dungeon I
spinning.
thought it would be.
What's that portal up there?
Bad.
Probably
That's what
magic.
it is.
I don't know. Has anyone ever been in a cult or done necrotic magic?
Questionable things.
Cult's name sounds like cult.
I've experimented with a lot of magic, but I don't think anything like this.
True.
I was just a simple smuggler.
Have
don't
I
think I've-
seen or heard of anything like this in my arcane studies?
Anything by just reading and from history, has there been any spinning red portals over lakes of blood that ended badly?
Probably a lot.
I think this
Probably.
is where they sacrificed their opposition when they first came to town.
All right, if you want to get like a hint to this, you can roll history, arcana, insight, or just a d20 and hope for the best.
I can do
fuck.
insight. Insight's my best out of those. Wow. Okay. Cool.
Anybody else?
Arcana. Oof.
Whoa, we're all dumbasses.
Roll some mystery 10, save us, or whatever your best one is.
That worked.
21. Insight.
Okay.
I know it needs to be destroyed.
Yeah.
This is not joy.
Not
technically
joy, not
true.
joy.
I'm
Not
happy.
joy bad.
Okay. Examining the weird vortex pool. Nothing. Alec gets nothing. Core, you can tell that the strange object itself in the sky does seem to be bad. The pool of blood does indicate sacrifice or potential sacrifices at one point or another. You're not sure if they're currently doing so. The surface of the pool does seem to be calm, so no one has been currently sacrificed. The ground itself, where the blood splatter is a little bit dry, but still kind of sleek looking. So they definitely did it sometime within 24 hours. But you can also tell that the strange sensation of the vortex, super creepy vibes. Portal to somewhere, or at least keep trying to sustain a portal to somewhere, takes a lot of power and energy. If there is quite literally a cult above you, probably not a good place that they're opening to.
I think I know where the missing people go.
And I think we learned what their long-term objective entails more detailedly now. They're trying to connect this place to hell.
Just probably.
Wherever's on the other side of this, probably hell. Probably.
Probably what's also going to bring apart the mass death and destruction of the city.
Does it
that
seem like
Core's friend
there
told us about.
isn't an anchor for this portal anywhere? Like something it's bound to?
That's true. You rolled a 21.
Like your funny words, Magic Man.
So I'll give you a little bit more. There is no forceful anchor keeping it stable. The magical circle underneath the vortex is trying to hold it together. But the ritual spell, because I'll give to you because it clearly looks this way, has yet to be completed.
Oh, so it's like a quota of sacrifices. Gotcha. Or at least
Another
that's what
week or
I'd
so.
interpret it as.
Sure.
Huh.
I like to think that inciting this room is just a general vibe check.
Check. Not good.
This room definitely did not pass the vibe check, bro.
Can we destroy the
Vibes are
magic
off,
circle?
bro.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do a quick ritual cast of detect magic.
Magical circle though underneath it.
Um,
Get rid of the portal or set it
I'm
free.
not capable of doing that yet.
You can roll Arcana to figure that out. But depending on what you do, it's possible, since it's not complete, to dispel the magic that's keeping it open. But you don't know if releasing it will activate it for a short time, or just make it go wild, or just completely shut it down. You can
Y'all
roll
ready to
Arcana,
roll new
maybe
characters?
figure it out.
Yeah. I'm gonna help him on this one too. Because I would really like to disrupt this. Fuck.
I am a simple fighter, gunsmith. I don't do the magic. I like your funny words, Magic Man.
Hot dog.
Woo!
Okay. Well, you can tell that the circle itself can be negated. However, due to the fact that it has yet to be complete, it can be countered. Dispelled magic could also work. Or anything else you could probably think of to dispel a magical circle that has yet to be fully connected somewhere. So, to
just
reiterate,
erase it.
you're gonna have to figure out how to do that in the middle of the sky. But yeah, but the ways that you can currently think about is dispel magic, counterspell, somehow figure out a way to wipe away magic in the sky, maybe blow up the place.
That's the first thing I think of. But I don't know how
Get out,
to bring
there's
the
no
ceiling
door.
down.
I
I
want
don't
to
know, guys.
search the rest of this room for anything and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Does it look like there's some
Yeah.
some supports in the structural integrity on the ceiling? Can we bring it down if we take out the arches?
I just want to know what else is in here
I'm
potentially.
casting detect magic as a ritual.
Yeah, you detect magical glyphs in the sky pretty far away. It doesn't take that long to discover that it's the magical floating circle.
Okay.
Well, he's ritual casting, I guess. What are
I'm
these
gonna have a look around.
over there? Like down here? Are these
I am not sure where you're
not-
pointing.
are these doorways like along the sides of the room?
They're like divots inside. They're not like chamber rooms, but they're more like closets without doors.
Are these like carpets or giant pools of blood?
Maybe a little bit of column A, maybe a little bit of column B.
Okay.
Do you check?
Does it look like blood?
As you step towards that one, you can tell there's a dead body there.
Oh.
Not currently oozing blood, but from them, there's a streak of blood going into the carpet. It's also carpeted.
Where does their wound come from?
Their left shoulder, not left shoulder, left kidney area. You can tell that they've already bled out. There's like no saving them at this point. But they're there, fully clothed. So it like happened dramatically and immediately.
How about this one?
Yeah, are there bodies in any of the other niches?
Going to the next one, there is nothing inside.
All right. Well, this one.
Going to the next one, you do find a strange brown box.
Is the back.
Intrigue.
The box
Does it
itself
look-
does look strange by the coloration and how the wood is bent and skewed. It looks more like the best way I can describe it, I suppose, would be almost a cylinder, except for the outside parts are also part of the cylinder. Only the bottom is actually flat.
Does it look trapped?
It looks weird. You can roll investigate if you want to see if it's trapped.
That's
Doesn't
a natural
seem
one.
trapped. It's a box in a cave, entrance door. So, it all depends what Orwell thinks. Are you afraid of boxes?
No. What's the
You
box
should
ever done to
be.
me?
This is where he develops the fear.
Hopefully
I'm
he'll
gonna-
learn.
Put out my spear from a distance and try to lift it up like 10 feet out.
Okay. Jangling the box around, you can tell that as you lift the box up, it does slightly skew to the left, indicating that there's likely something in it to counteract some weight. So it's going to slip unless you grab onto it.
Does it look like there's anything under it, like some sort of pressure? I guess I wouldn't know. I got a natural one.
Like you can look with your eyes, just more carpet.
Okay. Then I'm gonna pick it up and carry it back over to my team so I
Alright.
can open it next to them.
I'm gonna back up from Orwell.
Hey, hey guys. Hey,
Yeah? Yeah?
Probably
I found
just
a-
some organs or something.
I found a box.
What's
I
in the
don't think
box?
it's trapped.
You want to have Core look at it?
If you think Cord would be able to tell better than I could.
I think
don't
we
know.
all think that.
Oh my goodness. There's nothing wrong with the box. Just open it.
Right? Okay, I'm gonna try to open it.
It's not locked, it's just latched, so you just have to unlatch it.
Zooey mama.
You unlatch it, and inside is a heart. You were right.
Oh,
I told you, cults do this shit all the time, guys. Blood
can-
everywhere. Organs.
You can tell that there's padding, keeping the heart not smushable. So the weird cylindrical pattern is basically to make sure that there's no sharp points that the heart would likely hit.
does it look like it's like not is so it looks like it's maintained in here? Like
Yeah, you can tell the box is also slightly cold when you opened it, but not to the point of freezing.
it's not still beating or anything, right?
No, it stopped doing that a while ago.
Okay.
Kind of
But
like
it's
a
being
human heart.
preserved. Why?
When we were around Donovan, was he breathing?
From what you could tell,
Okay.
like even if he like I'm assuming this is what you're thinking. If this is his
Yeah.
heart and he knew that people would look for strange mannerisms, it's
he
possible.
would probably assimilate breathing
Mhm.
into his routine. Yeah.
But this heart isn't beating.
It's not.
Okay. Then
Could
I
be
wouldn't
a
have even
binding
thought
part
of
of
that.
his pact with whatever is making him do this. There's a lot of pieces to the puzzle that we don't know.
I mean, if you want to try stabbing it, you can, but Orla was just gonna discard it onto the floor.
Is Idril still detecting magic? I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm
It
sure.
lasts for a while.
Okay. Then, yep, I drop it to the side around right there.
Is there anything magical about the heart or chest?
The chest does have a slight incantation into it,
Yeah,
to keep it
cooling.
cooled.
Yeah.
But other than that, no. You could probably
And I
store
got
in
more
some.
divots. Check.
You could probably store something in there and it's preserved for a time.
Like
Yeah.
beer?
Yeah, technically.
I'm gonna
I
check the
don't.
rest of
I
the
don't
divots
like
one by
any of
one.
it.
Okay. I'm gonna go towards this one, and then I'm gonna go with Idril because I think they're checking the other side. But the
Yeah.
last one does seem to have a body. It does seem to be fresh, as a good amount of the blood is still spewing out. But the person, it's fresh, but they've died. Unless you have something to revive someone within the day,
No.
they're kind of just continue to bleed out until it's gone.
Is he missing a heart?
They're missing blood.
Uh,
There is a chest wound where the heart would be.
I feel like maybe I should try looking in there. Does he got a heart in his body?
Uh,
Let's pry the wound open a little bit.
you desecrate the corpse, and there's still a beating. Not beating anymore. Heart inside.
Okay.
Okay. Idril, investigating with your magical incantation. I think it's 30 feet, right?
Yeah. I'm just gonna start pacing around the room,
Okay.
checking all these alcoves on this
And-
side.
Nothing. Dead body in that one.
Oh. Dead body. How'd this body die? Like, what'd it die from?
It does seem to have 2 missing arms.
Oh.
Do any of these bodies look like what? I can't remember his name because it's been 2 weeks. The guy who used to be a part of the god who was here before this. Does it look like his brother that he described to us? Any of these bodies? Or the one he was looking for?
That's a good question. So far, no.
Okay.
The next one does seem to indicate nothing. And when you get close to this one, there's something inside that's magical.
Oh,
Illusionary script.
illusionary script. Huh? What's it say?
You look inside, and there's nothing inside.
But it's an illusion.
I step through.
You step through, and you see a whole bunch of cultist clothes, a whole bunch of daggers, like skewed and barbed, to indicate, ritualistic sacrifice ceremony garments.
Uh-huh.
A chest similar to the one that Orwell grabbed and then tossed to the side. Well, tossed the heart. I don't know if they're keeping the chest. Another box, but this one is just a simple box-looking thing, and what appears to be a mount of 200 gold, 10 silver, and 14 copper.
Oh, I'll poke my head through the fake wall. Core, I found more boxes and money!
Take the money, let's go quick!
I take the money. So
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
200 gold, 14 silver, and 10 copper. I'll divvy that out later.
Ali,
If we
you
make
can
it out.
be right.
If we make it out, yeah. We don't speak of these things, Christian! Core, could you come help me with these boxes real quick?
Oh, well, I'm very strong, and I wanted to
Well,
ask
we don't have
Ali.
to pull them out. We can just check. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, just one sec.
What did you want to ask Allie?
If in her engineering wisdom she knows how to bring this building down.
It'll take a few explosives. About 5 hours should do it. Or I can buy some in town.
Oh,
I don't think we
you-
can get
you
back
can
to
make
town
the
quite yet.
explosives?
I do have some gunpowder that I could use.
In 5 hours. Okay, well, let me think about it. I gotta help Idril.
If you had to
What
guess,
did
the
you want
time
with-
is for the creation of the bombs, not placing them.
Just as a reminder, there was no door handle on our side to get back out of this place, guys.
I'm sure Orwell
We
can lock it
hopefully
down.
have Orwell to power through the door.
We can always
Hopefully.
blow the door with the gunpowder. That would be good, right?
A door would be easier than to collapse a cave. Corey,
Yeah.
you step inside and you see all of this cultist stuff and the money.
What do the robes look like? Are they fashionable?
They are actually quite fashionable. They completely scream cultist, but they're all in all shapes and sizes. They're purple in length, not purple in length, purple in color. Lengthwise, they vary from medium-sized creature, small-sized creature to large-sized creature.
Well, I have a pamphlet. I might as well take a robe too. I didn't you wanted me to look at the
In
boxes.
case we ever need to start up a cult.
Yeah. Or, go undercover.
Okay.
All right. As you take a robe, you can tell that there's an insignia on the back of the robe that indicates a crown and a skull that's wearing the crown.
Does the insignia look familiar at all to either of us?
No, surprisingly enough. You can tell that clearly it's some type of devil symbol, but it's not Asmodeus as you know it, so it's likely someone else that's likely working for him.
Okay. Would you like to check out these boxes with me?
Sure.
Alright, I'll help him check out the boxes.
All right, there are two boxes. One of them's the curved weird box, and the other one's just a simple box.
Check the
I'll,
simple box first, I guess.
I'll give you a little bit of explanation on how to properly inspect a box. Cast guidance on you.
Okay, I'll inspect it for traps then.
All right. As you investigate the simple box, you are able to tell that there's a strange fissure in between the woodwork. So if you decided to open it, it is, again, latched, so you would just need to unlatch it. But as soon as you did that, the strange fissure in the woodwork would jettison out and likely hit you.
Huh.
Like a spring attack. If you weren't aware of it, it would automatically hit you.
Oh. You think you can disarm that core?
No need, just point it away. Point it at the wall.
Yeah, true.
Do you do so?
Yeah.
Alright, Core and Idril, go ahead and roll for me a dexterity saving throw.
Oof.
Who's the idiot now?
What are
Owie!
my rolls tonight?
I can't roll for shit tonight!
Do you still have your guidance? Can you add that? You can't.
Yeah, it's only 2 abilities.
I always forget.
Okay, you point it towards the wall and unlatch it open. As soon as that happens, it jettisons straight towards the wall, hits it, breaks in 2, goes to the roof, hits it, breaks in 4, goes back towards your direction. Core, you're able to dodge out of the way, but do sustain only 1d6. Idril, on the other hand, does get hit with 2 of the shrapnel points for 2d6, as the other shrapnel just jettisons out and sinks into the pool of blood behind you.
Okay. Roll.
Corey, you take 6 points of
Oh.
damage.
Ah,
Idril, you take
shit.
11.
Next time, could you actually disarm it, Core?
Oh, I suppose I could try, but maybe you could just aim it a little better.
I mean, you're the one that took initiative on that. Instead of trying to disarm it.
There's that.
I suppose so. I was just trying to help, teach you a few tricks.
But inside the box, after attending to your wounds, you can tell that there is a isometric chamber-like device. Like, without going too much into detail, it looks like a pocket watch, but without no actual time face. Clock face, sorry. I should stop describing things awkwardly.
I got this.
So basically, it looks like a pocket watch. It's made out of silver, and it does have a strange adornment cast upon it. It resembles the insignia on Core's stolen coat robe thing.
Is there any magic coming off of it? I just rolled to maintain concentration.
That's fair.
Oh.
You pass it. You can tell that there is magic imbued in it, but you have to open it to find out, as the metal itself is preventing the accuracy of your spell.
Huh.
You want me to try this one?
Yes, please. I'm like hiding behind all the freaking robes now.
So,
Bleeding profusely from 2 shards of wood or whatever in me.
Wrath? No.
and you're sure there's no magical traps on it?
There is a magic held within the containment pocket watch thing. You have to open it to find out, but if the spell inside is a trap itself, why would they have a trap trapping a trap?
I've worked with some very suspicious people. So.
That's fair, and I might make that a trap later on in the game, but it's just weird.
But did they trap the trap in the trap?
But did they trap the trap that's guarding the trap that's guarding the trap?
Too many traps?
I'll check the box then.
It doesn't seem to have any more traps, the box itself, and no physical traps on the device that you carry on your hand.
Alright, well, I'm not convinced it's not a magical trap. I'm just gonna leave it to you, Idril. The box should open without difficulty if you want to give it a try.
I'll just sneeze out a quick middle finger to Core and open the box.
I mean, you can open the weird pocket watch facing the wall,
Okay.
or like facing outside the room. So if something does jettison out, it'll jettison out into the room.
But then it might go into the portal.
I mean, if it is a portal to hell, and if it's a trap, would it really matter?
Yeah, but what if there's something good along with it? And that
Mm,
gets jettisoned along with it.
well,
You have to
I'm
take a
giving you
chance.
options.
Yeah. I guess we'll just hold it up against the wall and like step out behind the illusion.
Okay. You press it along the wall, making sure that if something does jart out, like a spear, it doesn't
Stop, drop,
ricochet
roll.
on you. Core and Idril, go ahead and roll for me 2d8.
Oh no. We're dead. Roll.
Did you hear screams of pain a second ago? Do you think some idiot opened a box without disarming a trap?
Core and Idril, you have sustained, I'm afraid, a long rest, and now have Idril 6 temporary hit points and Core 4 temporary hit points.
What?
Afterwards, the device that you currently opened loses the magical spell inside and fades into nothing.
Oh, rip.
You now have a very expensive pocket watch. You don't know the value of it, but the spell inside was probably more worth it.
Yeah.
Should have used identify.
Yeah, I didn't think about it.
It's okay.
It happens.
Yeah.
I feel great.
Now, at least you're not injured anymore.
Yeah, true. They'll never know what happened.
So I do regain all my hit points then.
But
Plus
investigating
4
the
attack.
other box, I think you rolled a 21, so you're fine. Opening it up, you can tell that there's another heart inside, but this one's beating.
Oh, we found it!
There's some fuck shit going on here, lads!
Stab it! Stab it!
I vote for stabbing the beating heart.
No
I mean, Davy
questions
Jonesing
asked.
this shit? No stab? Okay, I stab it with my rapier!
If we have a beating heart in the chest, then whatever is whatever it's keeping alive, we probably want to kill that thing, right?
Yeah!
I mean,
And we're kinda trapped.
Allie
Okay.
falls over.
Oh, that'd be great. Unfortunately, that's not the case. But before that happens, Colt, is there something you're doing?
I'm just watching the stairs to make sure no one comes down.
Okay. What about you, Orwell?
We don't seem to be leaving any stones unturned, so while I'm standing here watching them go through all the other divots, I'm just gonna step on the heart that's at my foot. Yeah, and that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Colt, as you observe the temporal shifting of the stairs, whether if someone's coming down or if someone's coming up, mainly your group, you're a little hesitant on what your teammates are doing. You then hear a squish coming from Orwell. You turn around. You still have line of sight for the stairs, so you're not actually missing anything. But you then hear the squish finish off, and you can tell he stepped on the heart. You then hear a sinking sound, and you can tell afterwards that your other two companions might have found another organ that they decided to stab into it. Yeah. A heart kind of has a hard time to dodge, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just seeing my crit, you know?
that's fair. As this happens, you can tell that the fluctuation of the magical circle underneath this vortex begins to fade, and then I'm going to move this for a second. It itself is not moving.
Oh, thank God.
Should we run?
And then disperses. And then shaking begins to happen. Not as if the temple itself is falling down, but something is expanding. You turn around because you have that weird sensation that you might have done something awful. to
Yeah.
see that the portal itself is now expanding.
God.
Shit.
It's
Yeah, we
still
should
in
run.
the air, and you still have a chance to escape, but one thing for sure is certain. Maybe stabbing a beating heart inside of a ritualistic room might not be the best idea. As we end the session
Yeah.
for today.
Oh, that's a fucking cliffhanger.